Hey everyone, this is Sam from Fair Flipping. I got a new lot of things on my bench today, and no, you're not seeing double. I picked up these two Xboxes for a song and a little bit of a dance from a local retailer, the Wildwood Pawn Shop here in town. And shout out to them for this because they've sold me something I think I can make a little bit of money on and still give somebody a good deal. Both of these Xboxes were sold to me as having an orange ring, which is never a good thing, but they were so cheap I still couldn't pass them up. Even if they were going to be unfixable, I could have sold them off for parts and still made a little bit of money, but I have this was a great deal, and I'll throw up on the screen right now what I paid for it. Paid $10, no shipping because they were local. So that's $5 per Xbox. So I'm going to go grab a power lead and plug it in and show you what's wrong with them. Okay, now both of these are absolutely filthy. But when you hit the power button, it's orange and green flashing, which just means that you don't have an AV lead hooked up. I hooked them up to my TV at home and they did power on, but here's the rub. All that's wrong is their disk drives. And what's more, it's not the gears, it's definitely the belts. Because the little Fonzie action opens them right up. And this one's got a Samsung drive in it. I think that's the cutout here is for the Samsung. So I'm going to do the other one. Give it a little percussive maintenance and show you that it does open up also with a little hesitation. Alright. Let's power on, and there's what he saw, an orange and green flashing light. But when you hit the power or the disc tray button, nothing happens until you Fonzie it a little bit. And this one also has a Samsung drive in it, so easy peasy. And with the magic of video editing, while I can just snap my fingers. It didn't quite work. No, I have to go order them first and then do the fancy jump cut. That's right. Anyway, I'm gonna go order some new belts. They're very cheap. And then once they get here, I'll get these things taken apart, clean them, and show you what has went wrong with the old belts. One of them, it kind of catches when the drive tray comes out, so it's probably just sat for so long that it's went to a certain shape, and when it goes around the spindle, it just pauses for a second. And the other one just has almost no traction at all. It's probably just degraded over time. So with any luck, in about a week, I'll be back here at this bench or the home bench, depending on if I end up having to self-quarantine or whatever, stay home. Yeah, I'm trying to stock up on stuff to fix now, in case it comes to that, because I want to keep putting videos out, even if I can't sell them on eBay for whatever reason. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few minutes, or a few seconds for you, a few weeks for me, maybe, I don't know. I'm going to get them belts ordered, and we'll be back. Okay, so it's just occurred to me that even though I'm waiting on the drive belts to come, they should be here in 3 days. I've already ordered them as close as I could get them, so I can hurry up and get them here. But I can go ahead and open them up, clean them off, get the clock capacitors out of it. Please, people, take out your clock capacitors. And just kind of get the refurbishment process started. I don't have my Novus here with me today, so I can't really do any buffing and polishing, but I can, get just some of the dirt out of it, which I need to do before I can buff and polish in the first place. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Now this is the first time I've flipped them over and looked at the bottom, but this one's already been opened before and is missing 2 of the rubber feet. So I'm going to have to hop on eBay and see if I can get those to replace the feet. I doubt they'll be too expensive, and they should be plentiful. So hopefully whoever opened this didn't mess it up too badly. Yeah, let's get started. These things are so huge, it's hard to fit the whole thing in the frame on the camera. Trying to keep my big melon out of the way too, because I always want to tend to lean in and look at things. She actually looks pretty clean inside. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the 1.6 board that you don't even have to mess with the clock capacitor. Huh. I need to look that up though. It's been, God, a decade since I've had one of these open. And if I don't have to pull out the clock capacitor, man, that's great. I just have to take it apart and give it a good clean. Don't even have to, yeah. It definitely needs a good cleaning on the fan. It's pretty funky. But yeah, I'm pleased. Set this aside. Okay, I know there's clips on the end here to get the drive tray the rest of the way out, but I don't want to go mashing on pieces of plastic without knowing exactly which ones they are. But there she is. The offending piece that keeps the tray from opening. Obviously I'm going to have to clean everything, but this should be a perfect circle. And it has taken the shape of the big and the tiny spindles. So sometimes you can refresh these just by putting them in hot water, and I might do that while we wait for the new ones to get here, but nah, that's just going to be a waste of time. I've already ordered the new ones and paid for them, so that's garbage. Alright, let's go ahead and get the other one apart, and then I'll look up those rubber feet and check the board revision numbers for the clock capacitor before I go ripping things out. This thing is filthy. And its clock capacitor has started to leak just a little bit. Alright, let's get the drive open. Oh. I'm going to bring you down for this one. This is unacceptable. There we go. But that's not why we're here at the moment. Yeah. All been out of shape and dry and stretched. Garbage. Okay, this job just got a little bigger than I thought it was gonna be. This is disgusting. Um, that means a lot of sitting with a toothbrush and cleaning every nook and cranny, Q-tips. This is gonna be a job for the home bench, where I won't be interrupted constantly. Even though I work in the hotel industry and we're not that busy right now, I do have the occasional interruption, and that's going to drive me nuts while I'm trying to focus on cleaning meticulous, tiny things. Luckily, though, they did both read discs, and I think once I get that clock capacitor out of that one, I'm pretty sure that other is like the 1.6 or whatever the final board revision is, where you don't have to pull it out, and that'll be nice because that one's clean inside. It had a nice looking hard drive. Just needs that new drive belt. The second one, that's where all the work is going to be. I guess I could go ahead and clean the shelves up in the sink room right now, and I'm not going to show that on TV, on YouTube, but I will show the buff and polish once I get them home, and I'm trying to get it to really look its best. So for now, I'm just going to put this one back together, put everything back where they belong, and get this ready to take home. Okay, it's a few days later now, and I'm sorry about the sound being a little off. I've left my microphone at home, so this is direct into the camera sound. I don't know how well this is going to play out. I might have to do this again as a voiceover. But I've received the drive belts, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the HHL store. Their eBay name seems to be Sang7778. Look them up, because even in this pandemic crisis, they got these to me really fast, which is I've been having an understandable problem getting things here. People are stuck in their homes and can't get out to mail things, and I understand. I'm not going to raise a fuss. It's just slowing things down, but they got this to me quick. There's 5 of them in here. I paid 71 cents a piece. Not bad, not bad. So that's not going to make the price of either of these go up. Supposedly tomorrow, I should be getting the feet for the bottom, and they came out to 38 cents a piece. So that's also a really good price. Now, I told you I was going to take these in the sink room and clean them up off camera. But like I said, because of everything that's going on right now, sorry about that. Got a guest in the lobby, which in this time, like I said, with everything, I need to focus on the guests right now. But anyway, I got these. They got here quick. And, oh yeah, I was saying that I was going to do that off camera, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be having trouble coming up with content. So I'm going to milk everything I have for everything it's worth. I might actually have to put out quick versions of these just for the eBay listings, and then do the long form for anybody who might be wanting to sit and watch me clean Xboxes for 2 hours. So I've got, all the usual stuff that my bench runs on. The Novus, I got my tweaker. I've got Q-tips, toothbrushes, isopropyl, microfiber cloths, Dawn, and a big-ass sink. So we're going to get these things looking good. We're going to take that clock capacitor out of this one. I think it was this one that has it in it. This is the 1.6. I did look it up, so it can stay where it's at. It just needs to be cleaned very thoroughly. We're going to get those new drive belts put on, and then we're going to hop to testing, and I'll do that probably in the lobby of the hotel because, like I said, I have almost no guests, so it's pretty easy to just kind of set up out there and do stuff in this time. 1% room occupancy right now. I think we have 3 rooms in-house. It's horrible. So, yeah, I guess there's nothing to it but to get to work. I'm probably going to start with the dirtier one first. And we're just going to get it completely taken down and take the plastic into the sink room. And clean the board with some IPA and stuff. It's nothing that hasn't been done before on other people's channels, but like I said, I'm milking this content for everything it's worth these days. The good news is the Wii from, I'm thinking it's the last video or the video before, sold for $60 after shipping. Someone, I don't know if they saw the video and they just really wanted that system, but man, that's a lot of money in my PayPal account for a $6 console. And what that translates into is the mystery box that I showed you. That's going to translate into a kind of a upgrade video instead of just a repair video, which is what it was going to be. So I'm looking forward to that. As soon as that money hits my PayPal account, I'll get the rest of the parts ordered for that mystery box. And that's going to be a great video and a great eBay listing. Now this is something I've never actually even had to do, is to completely take this out, so like I said, I am at a loss at this point. And I'm willing to bet that anyone who's done this once or a dozen times is looking at me like, oh, you idiot, you've got to push tab A and slot C will open up. And just... It honestly looks like this whole shield should just lift out. Might have to go watch a video. It's fun, I bet, for you guys to watch me struggle, though, so I don't know. I think I'm just going to keep trying to figure it out on my own. Because honestly, that's more fun for me to do anyway. And I found these tabs on the inside, and I feel like that's helping me to get the faceplate off. But I've popped them and pushed them forward as far as they can go, and I'm thinking there might be more that I'm not seeing, because it's not just coming free. Oh! Result! There it is. Oh, wait, almost. Hold on. Okay, that one's locked in with those little tabs, and I don't want to bend them, so it's just going to have to be washed and then very well dried, as it is. That shield, I'm not taking that shield off. That's asking for trouble. But everything else, taken down, nuts to guts. Okay. I don't know where to start. If I should clean off all the housings or start with the board. You know what? They're going to need a while to dry before I do the board. So we're going to go ahead and hop to the sink room and clean all the plastic right now. And then we'll come back and we'll start cleaning the board while all the other parts are drying. Oh, you know what? I did forget some stuff. All right, let's head to the sink room. Okay, I'm here in the utility room. This whole setup is sketchy beyond belief. I am terrified that I'm going to lose my camera during this shot. It is precariously perched. So basically all I have in here is just soapy water. And we're going to give everything a quick bath before we do anything major cleaning-wise. This will take care of most of it. It was mostly just like hair and stuff and dust. I didn't really smell a whole lot of cigarette smoke. It was faint. Faint enough that I don't even think the last owners were the smokers. Maybe somebody before them had it. And that's something you can always kind of smell right away. Okay. Now we're done with that, so I'll meet you back on the bench and we'll get the board cleaned up. Okay, so we're back at the bench now and almost ready to clean up this board a little bit. First, I'm going to go over it with a little bit of a dry brush and just try to get all the fur balls off. Okay, like I was saying before I got a call, I'm just doing a little dry brushing right now to try and get all of the big dust bunnies off before I go in with the IPA. But this spot here is where the clock capacitor leaked a little bit, so it's important that I get all that old corrosive material out of there. And I'll clean it even better when I remove it. I might get a paintbrush out to do the cracks. Oh, I got Q-tips. There we go. There we go. And now that the motherboard's all clean, we can turn our attention towards that disk drive that is just disgusting. So. Alright, that's most of the dust bunnies gone. Now I'm going to bring you down close to watch me clean this area real good, because it's the filthiest. And when I do that, because of my lights, there's a severe hum that's introduced into the audio, so there won't be any sound for this next little bit, but I'm not going to be saying anything either. And so I'm going to go ahead and bring you down and get you set up so you can see this part right here. Okay, now that that's done, I can go ahead and finally install this new drive belt, put the tray back in after I give it its own personal clean, and then start putting the whole thing back together. I'm excited with how that cleaned up. There's still some funk around the laser, but I am hesitant to really do much more out of fear of damaging it further. Like I said earlier in the video, it still reads, so probably best not to mess with it if it's working. All right. I almost forgot the fan. It's pretty gross. Did you see that? It was like, poof. This is the driest dust I think I've ever seen. You see it just coming out of there like a cloud? Alright, I think that might be enough. Yeah, both pins feel loose in the socket, so now I'm going to flip the board over and just try to lift it out. There she is. Okay, it's a few hours later now. All the parts are nice and dry, so I'm going to move the board out of the way because we have some detail work to do on the shell before we can really start with the reassembly. Alright, and we're just going to start from the bottom and work our way up and clean everything with some Novus to kind of give a little more shine to it. I'm not going to worry about the feet right now because I'm going to have to do double-sided tape for the other one too that I'm still waiting on the feet to get here for. So I'm just going to set those to the side, and we're going to go ahead and head out to the lobby. And I'm pretty sure I brought everything I need to hook it up to the TV out there. And I can show you that it's working now and that the drive opens and closes. Oh, I can do that here. I should test that here before we head out there. Look at that, like butter. One more time. Awesome. All right, yeah. Let's go out there and show the console working and running. Okay, we've moved out to the lobby, and I'm going to make this quick because even though we're not very busy, I keep getting calls to cancel reservations for in the future, which is great. So we're going to go ahead and turn it on by opening the disc tray. Put that there. I'm going to have to set the time as soon as it starts up here. Because if you remember, it doesn't have that clock capacitor in there anymore. Alright. Here we go. Moment of truth. There it goes. See if we can get into a cutscene real quick, just a little full motion video. Oh, and I have the TV muted. Let's turn that up.
Well, yeah, I thought that whoa, I'm reading some signatures in the canyon to the north of our position. We've got company. Neck Warrior, proceed north and investigate. Briefing boys.
All right, there you have it. One Xbox, all done. Okay, we're back at the bench. We got that first one done, and now I want to bang out the second one. If you'll remember, it's the one that's actually in pretty good condition. I just need to change that new drive belt in. I need to look at the fan again and see if I need to clean it, and then just give the whole thing a wipe down. But this one was in much better condition than the other one. All right, and there's that one all put back together. I've left the power lead out in the lobby from the last testing, so we're just going to go ahead and jump to that, and I'm going to show this one working. All right, we're back in the lobby to test the second Xbox, so let's go ahead and power it on. Drop a disc in there. Maybe set the clock, I don't know, since this one has its capacitor. No, don't have to set the clock on this. Oh, yep, there it is. All right, clock set. Here we go. And bam, booting up. Look at that. Back in action. So, I'll see you guys next week, I guess. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing if you've sat and watched this, the whole full 2-hour, 3-hour escapade. If you're just seeing the quick videos for eBay, leave me a little comment down in the bottom, just so that I know that people are actually watching these before they buy things. I hope you guys are having a good week, and stay home and stay safe.